Have you ever felt like life is an endless uphill climb, leaving you breathless, tired, and questioning whether you have the strength to go on? The pressures, the failures, the dreams that seem so distant, like stars just beyond your reach. You might wonder, is there a way to push through all of this? Is there a way to reclaim your inner strength when it feels like life is pulling you apart, piece by piece? Let me remind you of something. The light you've been searching for has never truly disappeared. It's been waiting patiently, quietly, for you to see it again. Stoic philosophy, with its timeless resilience and unshakable optimism, is that guiding light. It's not some abstract theory or distant concept. It's a collection of deeply practical lessons, born from real struggles, crafted to help you stand firm in the storm and find meaning in every step of your journey. What you're about to hear isn't just philosophy. It's a path that can transform the way you see your life. Happiness isn't a gift handed to you by fate or some stroke of luck. It's a choice you make every single day, no matter the circumstances. It doesn't depend on what's happening around you. It's something you cultivate within yourself, a light that burns even in the darkest moments. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about those words. True strength comes not from controlling the uncontrollable, but from mastering the one thing that truly belongs to you, your own mind. Take a moment to reflect. What are the thoughts that dominate your mind? Are they filled with negativity, resentment, or envy? These emotions, though tempting to dwell on, act as barriers to joy. Epictetus taught that men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. It's not what happens to you that determines your happiness, it's how you choose to perceive it. Imagine waking up to a grey, rainy morning. To some, it's a gloomy start to the day, but to others, it's a chance to marvel at the raindrops glistening on the leaves, to listen to the soothing rhythm of water hitting the earth. The difference lies in perspective, and that perspective is a choice. Happiness isn't something that magically appears. It's something you build, brick by brick, through small, deliberate actions. When life feels heavy, step outside, take a deep breath, feel the coolness of the air against your skin. Call a friend who always makes you smile, or savor the melody of a song that fills your heart with warmth. These simple moments, when strung together, create the foundation of happiness. As Seneca wisely wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Gratitude transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. A warm meal, a loved one's laugh, the steady rhythm of your heartbeat. These are treasures waiting to be appreciated. When challenges arise, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Every struggle carries a lesson if you're willing to listen. These lessons are the seeds of growth, the tools that strengthen you for the next stage of your journey. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a process, a daily commitment to nurture positivity, gratitude, and resilience. It doesn't demand perfection, just progress. And when pain comes, as it inevitably will, it's easy to feel as though it has swallowed you whole, leaving you adrift and powerless. But pain is not your enemy. It is a teacher, perhaps the most profound one you'll ever encounter. Seneca reminds us that life is long if you know how to use it, urging us to see pain not as a life sentence, but as an opportunity to grow. Pain shapes us, carving out deeper strength and understanding than we often realize in the moment. When pain feels overwhelming, the key is not to let it consume your mind. Start with the smallest of actions. Tidy up a room, write a few words in a journal, or brew a comforting cup of tea. These seemingly insignificant gestures are lifelines, anchors that pull you out of the whirlpool of despair. Viktor Frankl, who endured the unimaginable suffering of concentration camps, taught that even in the face of the worst circumstances, we can choose our response. We can transform ourselves. Remember, you don't have to face pain alone. Humans are inherently connected, built to give and receive love. Share your burdens with someone you trust, a friend, a family member, or even a stranger who will listen without judgment. Sheryl Sandberg, who faced profound grief after losing her husband, shared a truth in her book Option B. Resilience comes from within, but also from the support we accept from others. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is let someone hold space for you in your time of need. The Stoics remind us that pain is not here to defeat you, but to prepare you. It challenges you to rise, to discover the strength you didn't know you possessed. See pain not as a cage, but as a ladder. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to healing, to wisdom, and to clarity. Write down one thing you're grateful for today. Step outside and feel the sun or the rain on your skin. These moments reconnect you with the beauty of life, even amidst hardship. Anxiety, too, can feel like a relentless shadow. It drains your energy, pulling you into imagined scenarios and endless what-ifs that never come to pass. Yet, anxiety, like pain, doesn't have to control you. The Stoics remind us to focus only on what is within our power, our actions, our thoughts, and our responses. Let go of everything else. Anxiety thrives when we pour our energy into things we cannot control, leaving us exhausted and powerless. But when you reclaim that energy, directing it toward what you can change, you take the first step toward freedom. Mindfulness is a powerful ally in this fight. Spend just a few minutes each day sitting in stillness, focusing on your breath, grounding yourself in the present moment. With each exhale, imagine your worries leaving your body, flowing away like a gentle stream. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Anxiety feeds on the mind's fabrications, not on actual events. By anchoring yourself in the present, you begin to dismantle its hold over you. Take action. Anxiety often paralyzes us, but setting small, achievable goals can transform it into a source of motivation. Create a plan to address financial worries, take steps toward better health, or learn something new. Each step forward weakens anxiety's grip, turning fear into fuel for progress. Ask yourself, is this worry within my control? If not, release it. Write it down and let it go. In doing so, you reclaim your peace and create space for clarity and purpose. This journey is not about erasing difficulties, but about learning to navigate them with courage, grace, and wisdom. Life's challenges will come, but within you lies the power to rise, to find beauty in the struggle, and to craft a life of meaning, even in the face of uncertainty. The storm of anxiety can often feel endless, a weight pressing down on your chest, a constant hum of unease in your mind. It whispers worst-case scenarios, convinces you that you're unprepared, that you're not enough, that the world is a dangerous and chaotic place. But Stoic philosophy reminds us that anxiety, like all emotions, is temporary. It is a shadow, not a permanent fixture. It thrives only when fed, but you hold the power to starve it, to let it shrink and fade. Anxiety often roots itself in the fear of what might happen. But take a moment to pause and ask yourself, how often do these fears actually come true? Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Most of the things you worry about are beyond your control. The opinions of others, the uncertainties of the future, the outcomes of events, all of these are outside your influence. What remains firmly within your grasp are your thoughts, your choices, and your actions. This is where your focus should lie. One way to ground yourself amidst anxiety is to practice mindfulness. Begin with something as simple as your breath. Inhale deeply, hold it for a moment, then exhale slowly. With each breath, visualize your worries leaving your body, dissipating like mist in the morning sun. These small acts of mindfulness remind you of the present, the only moment where you hold true power. As Seneca wisely said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. By grounding yourself in the now, you strip away the power anxiety has over you. Another powerful tool is to break down your worries. When faced with a daunting situation, write it down. List your fears, your concerns, and the possible outcomes. Then, separate what you can control from what you cannot. Focus only on the areas where your actions can make a difference. By doing this, you transform anxiety from a chaotic storm into a manageable challenge, something you can take steps to address rather than feel helpless against. Anxiety also feeds on inaction. When you remain still, lost in thought, your fears grow louder, more persistent. Action, however small, quiets those voices. Start with one step, a single decision, a small task. Maybe it's sending that email you've been avoiding or organizing your workspace. These small victories accumulate, building momentum and confidence. With each action, you remind yourself that you are not powerless, that you can face what lies ahead. But there's another habit that often fuels anxiety, the need for certainty. We crave predictability, a sense of knowing what comes next. Yet life is inherently uncertain. No amount of planning or preparation can eliminate the unknown. The Stoics teach us to embrace this reality. Instead of fearing uncertainty, learn to flow with it. Trust in your ability to adapt, to handle whatever comes your way. This shift in perspective turns the unknown from a source of fear into an opportunity for growth. Imagine a sailor navigating a vast ocean. The wind shifts unpredictably, the waves rise and fall, storms come and go. The sailor cannot control the sea, but they can adjust their sails, steer their ship, and trust in their skills to guide them to safety. You are that sailor, and life is the ocean. Let go of the need to control the waters and focus instead on steering your ship with wisdom and courage. Resilience, like a muscle, grows stronger the more it's used. Every time you face a challenge, every time you choose to act despite fear, you build your resilience. It's not about eliminating anxiety entirely. It's about learning to live with it, to let it guide you without letting it define you. Over time, you'll find that what once overwhelmed you becomes manageable, even empowering. But even as you work to conquer anxiety, another insidious habit may try to creep in, the habit of self-doubt. It's the voice that questions your worth, that points out every flaw, that convinces you that you're not capable. This voice thrives in moments of uncertainty and feeds on your insecurities. But you must understand this. Self-doubt is not a reflection of truth. It's a trick of the mind, one that can be silenced. Begin by challenging these thoughts. When self-doubt arises, ask yourself, is this thought based on fact, or is it just fear speaking? Most often you'll find that it's the latter. Replace those doubts with affirmations of your strengths. Remind yourself of the challenges you've already overcome, the skills you possess, the progress you've made. These reminders act as a shield, deflecting the arrows of self-doubt. Another way to combat self-doubt is to take pride in small achievements. It doesn't matter how minor they seem. Did you complete a task today? Did you show kindness to someone? Did you take a step toward a goal? Celebrate these moments. Each one is a testament to your capability, proof that you are moving forward. Surround yourself with positivity too. The people you spend time with, the media you consume, the thoughts you entertain, All of these influence your mindset. Choose friends who uplift you, who believe in you when you struggle to believe in yourself. Seek out stories of resilience and triumph, reminders that even in the face of doubt, greatness is possible. Self-doubt often flourishes when we compare ourselves to others. In today's world of curated social media feeds and constant connectivity, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. You see someone else's success, their polished life, and suddenly your own efforts feel inadequate. But remember, what you're seeing is a highlight reel, not the full picture. Everyone has struggles, insecurities, and failures that aren't visible from the outside. The Stoics teach us to focus on our own path, to measure success not by external standards, but by how true we are to our own values and goals. When you find yourself comparing, pause and redirect your energy inward. What steps can you take to grow, to improve, to live in alignment with your principles? This shift in focus not only quiets self-doubt, but also deepens your sense of purpose. Lastly, cultivate patience with yourself. Growth takes time, and setbacks are a natural part of the journey. Don't let a single failure convince you that you're incapable. Instead, see it as a lesson, a stepping stone. Each stumble teaches you something valuable, something that will serve you in the future. Trust in the process, trust in your resilience, and trust that you are capable of becoming stronger with every challenge you face. Life will continue to present difficulties, moments of doubt, and waves of anxiety. But within you lies the strength to weather them all. It's not about erasing these struggles, but learning to navigate them with grace and determination. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Every decision to act despite fear is a testament to your courage, and every moment of self-belief is a step closer to the life you deserve. The weight of life's uncertainties can often feel like an insurmountable barrier. The future, unknown and unpredictable, casts long shadows over the present, whispering fears and doubts that threaten to overwhelm. But what if the unknown wasn't something to dread? What if, instead of fearing the uncertainty, you chose to embrace it, to see it as a canvas waiting for you to create on it? Stoicism teaches that the fear of the unknown is wasted energy. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Never let the future disturb you. You will meet it, if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present." These words are a reminder that the strength and tools you need to face tomorrow are already within you today. Anxiety about the future does not prevent it from happening. It only robs you of the peace and clarity needed to meet it with courage. Start by focusing on what is within your control. Imagine life as a garden. You cannot control the rain, the sun, or the seasons, but you can plant seeds, water them, and tend to the soil. In the same way, you can't dictate the outcomes of every situation, but you can take deliberate actions that align with your values and goals. By directing your energy toward what you can influence, you take the first step toward reclaiming your sense of agency. Mindfulness is a powerful ally in this process. Anxiety thrives on the what-ifs, dragging your attention away from the present. Ground yourself in the moment by engaging your senses. Feel the texture of the chair beneath you, listen to the rhythm of your breath, or observe the colors around you. These small practices anchor you, pulling you back to the now, the only place where you can act and make a difference. When fear of the future arises, ask yourself, is this something I can change? If the answer is yes, take one small step toward a solution. If the answer is no, release it. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges, but recognizing where your energy is best spent. By letting go of what you can't control, you free yourself from unnecessary worry, creating space for clarity and purposeful action. Another powerful way to counteract anxiety is to reframe uncertainty as opportunity. The unknown, while intimidating, is also a source of possibility. Every new day brings with it the chance to grow, to discover, and to create. When you approach life with curiosity instead of fear, you shift your mindset from one of limitation to one of potential. The obstacles you face become puzzles to solve, stepping stones on your path rather than barriers blocking your way. Action is the antidote to fear. It's easy to become paralyzed by indecision, caught in an endless loop of what-ifs. But even the smallest action, a single phone call, a quick task, or a moment of planning, can break the cycle. Each step forward builds momentum, turning fear into confidence and possibility. Above all, be kind to yourself. Anxiety often comes with harsh self-criticism, convincing you that you should have everything figured out, that you should be immune to fear. But life is complex, and perfection is an illusion. Allow yourself the grace to navigate this journey imperfectly, learning and growing with each step. The future will always hold uncertainties, but within those uncertainties lie the seeds of growth, resilience, and discovery. By focusing on what you can control, grounding yourself in the present, and taking deliberate action, you transform the unknown from a source of fear into a realm of possibility. And in doing so, you unlock the strength to not only face the future, but to embrace it fully. It's also important to cultivate gratitude for the people around you. In the rush of daily life, we often take relationships for granted, forgetting that the connections we share with others are among the most meaningful aspects of our journey. A simple thank you, a heartfelt conversation, or a moment spent with a loved one can deepen these connections and bring profound joy. Yet, as you embrace the journey, there's one final lesson that can transform your experience of life. The principle of amor fati, or love of fate. This Stoic concept encourages us to accept and even embrace everything that happens to us, good or bad, as essential parts of our story. Marcus Aurelius likened it to a blazing fire, saying, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." Amor fati is not about passive resignation or pretending that challenges don't hurt. It's about recognizing that every event, no matter how difficult, contributes to who you are. It's about finding meaning in the struggles, seeing setbacks as opportunities to grow, and understanding that even the most painful experiences can fuel your inner fire. Consider the story of Thomas Edison. When his laboratory burned down in 1914, destroying years of work and millions of dollars in assets, he didn't lament his loss. Instead, he saw it as an opportunity to start anew. He famously told his son, "Go get your mother and all her friends. They'll never see a fire like this again." Within weeks, he was back to work, embodying the resilience and optimism of amor fati. Ask yourself, how would your life change if you loved your fate, if you embraced every moment as it came, without resistance or regret? What if you could see challenges not as disruptions, but as essential parts of your journey? This mindset doesn't eliminate hardship, but it transforms how you experience it, empowering you to face life with strength and grace. Life's journey is not about reaching a final destination. It's about the steps you take, the lessons you learn, and the growth you achieve along the way. By focusing on the present, embracing challenges as opportunities, practicing gratitude and loving your fate, you create a life rich in meaning and fulfillment. The road may not always be easy, but it is yours to walk, and that in itself is a gift. As you continue to walk the winding path of life, you may begin to see a profound truth. The journey itself is the essence of your existence. The triumphs and failures, the joy and pain, the small moments and grand milestones, all of it weaves together to create the unique tapestry of your life. And at the heart of this tapestry lies a principle that can transform the way you navigate the world. the ability to embrace life as it is, with all its unpredictability and imperfection. Stoicism invites us to adopt an outlook that goes beyond mere acceptance. It calls us to embrace life with an active love, a profound gratitude for every experience, every twist and turn. This mindset, known as amor fati, the love of fate, asks us not just to endure what happens to us, but to welcome it, to see every event as an opportunity to grow, learn, and evolve. Marcus Aurelius encapsulated this beautifully when he wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." Life is unpredictable, and while this uncertainty can be a source of anxiety, it's also what makes life so beautifully dynamic. The Stoics teach us that instead of trying to control everything, we should flow with life's currents, allowing ourselves to adapt and grow. Resistance only creates frustration, but surrender, embracing what comes with an open heart, allows us to move through life with grace. Consider how much of your energy is spent resisting reality. When things don't go as planned, when challenges arise, when life takes an unexpected turn, the natural reaction is often to fight against it, to wish things were different. But resistance is futile. It doesn't change what has happened. Instead, it traps you in a cycle of frustration and regret. The antidote to this is to practice amor fati. Whatever happens, ask yourself, how can I make this work for me? What lesson can I take from this? With this shift in perspective, even life's hardships become meaningful. Take inspiration from individuals who have embodied this principle. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychologist, found profound meaning in one of the darkest chapters of human history. Stripped of everything, his family, his freedom, his dignity, he discovered that even in the face of unimaginable suffering, he retained the freedom to choose his response. Frankl's philosophy wasn't about avoiding suffering, but about finding purpose within it. He believed that in suffering there is potential for growth, and through love and meaning, life becomes worth living. In your own life, consider how moments of difficulty have shaped you. Perhaps a loss taught you the value of gratitude. Perhaps a failure led you to discover an unexpected strength. These experiences, though painful at the time, become the foundations of resilience and wisdom. By loving your fate, you transform suffering into growth, challenges into opportunities, and obstacles into stepping stones. Another essential practice in loving life as it is involves letting go of the illusion of perfection. So often we hold ourselves to impossible standards, believing that only when we achieve perfection will we be worthy of happiness or success. But perfection is a mirage. It doesn't exist. Life is messy, unpredictable, and flawed, and that's where its beauty lies. Embrace your imperfections, your failures, and your humanity. They are not weaknesses. They are the unique elements that make you who you are. When you stop striving for perfection, you open yourself up to authenticity. You stop trying to fit into molds or meet external expectations, and instead begin to live in alignment with your true self. This authenticity brings a sense of liberation, a freedom to embrace life fully without the fear of judgment or failure. Gratitude plays a crucial role in this journey. To love your fate, you must first recognize the gifts within it. Begin each day by acknowledging something you're grateful for. It could be as simple as the warmth of sunlight on your face, the taste of your morning coffee, or the support of a loved one. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, revealing the abundance in your life. Gratitude also extends to the people around you. Take a moment to appreciate those who have walked alongside you on your journey. Express your thanks to friends, family, colleagues, or even strangers who have touched your life. These connections, however brief or enduring, add richness to your experience. They remind you that you are not alone, that life is shared, and that love and kindness are threads that bind us all. As you embrace amor fati and gratitude, you begin to see life not as something to be conquered, but as something to be cherished. Every moment, no matter how small, becomes an opportunity to experience the wonder of existence. A quiet evening spent watching the stars, a heartfelt conversation with a friend, the laughter of a child. All of these moments are treasures waiting to be noticed. Even in life's hardest times, there is a quiet strength in knowing that you are part of something larger. The challenges you face, the triumphs you celebrate, the love you give and receive, all of it contributes to the greater tapestry of the human experience. You are not merely enduring life. You are creating it, shaping it with each choice, each thought, each breath. And so, the journey continues. It will not always be easy, and it will not always go according to plan. But as you move forward, carry with you the wisdom of the Stoics, to love your fate, to embrace the present, to find meaning in every moment. Remember that life's beauty lies not in its perfection, but in its imperfection. The cracks and scars are where the light shines through. You have the power to shape your perspective, to choose gratitude over resentment, growth over stagnation, and love over fear. This is your journey, your story. Walk it with courage, with kindness, and with a deep appreciation for the gift of being alive. And as you do, you'll find that life, with all its challenges and joys, becomes something not just to endure, but to celebrate.